Hello, and welcome back to Spirit Hunter Deathmark. Give me one moment here to get my live stream all set up. When I'm ready, we will continue and finish this, I think. Pretty sure we're towards the end, or at least on the last spirit. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get into it. Now, I remember I left off last night. Was a little too sick. Still a little sick, but feeling better, at least. So, we are in the sewers. I had to do stuff in the right order. It was a top left cabinet thing. But I looked again after last night and read the thing, and I think it's just mislabeled. It wants me to use not a syringe gun, but this. It really is this. So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna head back to the final spirit, and I'm gonna try just one more time before I look it up again and make sure. But according to everything I read, which I'll use a different source this time, but everything that I read said that I was good. It's not this way. Where am I thinking? Oh. Is it at the dead ends? Yeah. I gotta head back. Might be. Unless this really is the vat, then no. I actually don't know. I kind of forgot. Yeah, this is the vat. Okay. Outside lab 2. Who's this? This is that final room where it supposedly it was in here, but this is where I got that gun. I checked my stream. This is where I got that gun, not the syringe. But that must be what it is. Okay. It's actually a good thing I checked there real quick. It made me remember that. And we gotta go right. I don't know if this is gonna be the exit to the street. No, it isn't. Okay. Straight ahead it will be. So I want to go to the right. Okay. It's for this, right? Open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Multitude. Okay. Last night I too thought I picked up a note, but it wasn't. It is that. Talismans. Was something sealed here? Rue peers into the box beside me, so was something in there? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit? There's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. What do you mean? Then what's in your hand? What is this too? Because that goes away. This pillow, whatever it is. Never would have expected something like this. Blah blah blah. Pillow. Western style cushion. Her size disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yeah, there's nothing here. So what they're saying is the item, whatever it was placed on this pillow, this cushion. It's not the cushion, for sure. The Buddha statues in warehouse 2. Oh. Then the thing we're searching for. Where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then, now familiar pain flares up. Time for the ghost, no, the spirit, to show up. Gah. What's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... the spirit is here. Bam bam bam. Yep, I remember you. I remember this many times. Okay. So, I don't believe I have... Yeah, I didn't, like, save it or nothing. The, order of events you gotta do, but... it's like my whole body is numb, so... we have her now. That's interesting, too. I want to go to the bag real quick. Research records 3, that is the newest thing I've picked up. Here we go. Facing the cannon to forget what we're missing and take stock of what we have. If we want to use the saber or short sword, we'll have to throw them. If the spirit is rebellious like that spirit door, then the Kagura or Suzuvel will be helpful. And the blanks will mess up our ears if we shoot them, but one document mentioned it must destroy head. I'm not sure about this at all, but I can't give up if I want to live. This really was like the last thing to do, probably. Damn. I really wish I could have finished it last night. I ran out of energy. It's like, I can't actually do it. Alright, I'm gonna look it up, because let's just get this done. I'm ready. I wave the white flag of defeat. I just want to be done. It's been a pretty cool game, though. Like, I'm not upset with my playthrough at all. Okay. So, gun with blanks, and then the bell. Shoot, now we can't hear. Nothing happens. Yells, injured. Palm pistol, and the bells again. See, I thought we were coming up with the issue that the bells kept flying away. Maybe we just needed the right person. Gun with blanks. No, palm pistol. Now the bells. Okay. Wounded. Okay. It's definitely her. We needed her to have those bells. So we probably had done the right order a couple times, but we just didn't have the right person. Ranged short sword. And then... what is that? The bells again. As you hit them, and then they go intangible, and then you make them come back. Okay, we're getting there. Rusted army sword, and then the bells. Slash. Spirit fades, becomes intangible. We hit him, wake him back up. Out of nowhere, footsteps approach behind me. Whoa. What? A voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts their hand on my back. But I can't take my eyes off the spirit before me. Banshee? Is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel, with the grip stained in blood. This? I found it, in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for. The object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujal Mansion. Thanks. I'm going to use it. I grabbed the chisel and faced the spirit. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And with her? Okay. I guess just the bells again. Swings the chisel down on the soldier. Oh. Right ear between the eyes. This gets a good ending. I jabbed the... I got a running start. I jabbed the chisel at its right ear. It stares at me disappointingly. Finally, it smiles and disappears. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Son of a bitch. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Glad I made it in the nick of time. If my legs weren't in such good shape, it would have been over for us. Thanks for saving us, but that was pretty reckless. I thought I said it's dangerous for a group of mark bearers to go somewhere haunted. Ah yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Tell us, old man, what happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself. but I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place looking for something to eat. My mark hurt like hell right by her room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of chisels and things. You must mean that room I found. I was kind of out of it because of the mark at that point, but I noticed one of the chisels was glowing all weird with a dark light. I knew right away that it was hiding some awesome spiritual power. But what made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? You seemed sure it'd be effective against the cannon soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of the lady's, sorta. It said, to bring the chisel to you. And that's when it hit me. It was what I'd been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. Exactly that. So I hoofed it over to give it to you. When I looked through that room before, Hisoka said that the Kujou family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the cannon soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that's guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while. And that's what happened. So, we heading back to the mansion then, Yoshiki? For one, I'm hungry, but I bet Damon's worried too. I left without saying a word after all. Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark, carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Hey now, that's my home. Can't have you rooting around here. That's just you saying that. You don't legally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining. Much obliged. Hello, how are you? We return to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climbed up out of the manhole in M. Noo South Alley. Damon runs up to us, drenched in sweat. He looks even worse than usual. He probably shouldn't have ran. Cough, cough. I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? Why did you? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give Yoshiki. Isn't that right, Hiru? I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. Not sure I follow, but it seems he really helped you out. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, are we splitting ways here? Our marks are gone now. Yoshiki still has his, though. This always happens, I'm used to it. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from H Shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. You saying we should split up then? You sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Saya Kujou's dying wish. I want to respect it. Well, thanks. I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Miss Zhu. Like, I do that. It's not even funny, by the way. Oh yeah, Mr. Yoshiki, whenever you want to get those statues. I'll help you out. Until then, see you. I'll be off as well. Honestly, it's all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home, please. Hey, Yoshiki. One day, I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter, for the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I'd like it if you helped with that. See you around. Guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty of other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'll call that a smart move. Comes with living this kind of life. I'll bunker down in a park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, Ishiki. Bring more food next time, yeah? The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. Oh. I hear a voice calling from behind me. Oh, I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong? I remember now. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot because of the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess, having just gotten them back, but I don't have time to wait for him. Ah, yes, we first met 5 years ago, and then again 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I first arrived at Kijo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name, and you didn't give it. Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay. I owe you for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? 5 years ago? Yeah. You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project. Gave me food. Huh. Actually, you were more focused on the Kijao family than the cannon soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual powers, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number for his family's prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they were all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago. I just seen the cannon soldier, and you can bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran into you on the street. Had you treated me to food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking about the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You'd mentioned that you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It had slipped my mind until just now. By that time, was my right arm? Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd about it. Or all odd, though. You'd go to remembering something, then stumble over the words. The curse was probably in the late stages. In fact, I'd completely forgotten my name in the past few hours after that. I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee, a Tao, is of much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I lead a detached life, away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I'd never shame my dear, departed mom or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique. They're inlaid with subtle designs. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and rushed to open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an ID in it. When you got it? Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. I look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Sayakjao, spirit healer. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Sayakjao's card was in my pocket when I arrived at Kajao Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I want to know, but something's still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well, I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing as Hiru about the cannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. You said it happened 50 years ago because of the project. It was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lose my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man, who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know, too, so I asked, but you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it, you just honestly didn't remember. Was that because of the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yoshiki, we should get going soon. Go where? I'll tell you in your car. I'm real tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. There's no point arguing here. I'll just get it out of him once we're in the car. New info added. My past self. Okay, back to the car. To the mansion, I guess. Sorry. Still feeling cruddy. Nose. Cruddy. Bleh. Nope, the mansion's out of the way. Banshee clambers into the backseat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the Forest by H Castle. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on the car I'm riding in. 10 days ago, I promised, in exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget anything, I'd take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? What if I had business at H Shrine, Why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer, cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. They're rites held at shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through the woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem. Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always. You know where 8th Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down down the beast trail. We pass under the stone torii gate. There it is. And finally arrive at the desolate 8th Shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here? Do we have to return the heads, probably? Is that like a thing? Oh, hi, yeah, Jiggly, true, I do kind of remember you? Yeah. Maybe you changed the profile picture, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's right. Is it really true that the statues are now connected to Mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath, but 10 days ago. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project, it was because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then, at some point, I had been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. It feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. It's just that guy smiling. You said 10 days ago that that altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exorcise the impurity. He approaches the small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? The thing's empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small, fist-sized statue, a Nenjibutsu or something. It was the go shinte for the shrine. The Kujo had used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, this is about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back, son. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Nenjibutsu go? Oh, the way back. I feel reluctant to go. On the way back. I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look toward the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me onto the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're just gonna walk around? You're not going to ride back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a bit car sick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal, and I'd hate to throw it up, so I'll walk back. but it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Peace. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago, in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and a soldier, but the Kujao family head used the ninjutsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the ninjutsu like they did before. I left it at the 8th shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity. But somewhere along the line, it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I'm almost back to the Kujao mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Kujao family's head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects for the project of which she was one were returned to the Kujaos. Was that Mary the whole time? I gripped the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whispering to me. Hold on a second, I gotta blow my nose real quick. The entrance doesn't look any different. Ooh, my mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. New info added in pursuit of the truth. Okay, let's do a quick save. No partners, right? Do I have anything in my bag left over? Yeah, I get to keep everything. Okay. Then talk. Is there anyone? Oh, she is back. So we meet again. Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that Rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to H Shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there. It might have suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you, pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. though it is impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that is a spirit's utmost desire and joy, and I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh, have you not realized yet? You did bring me those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? They feared the spirits' existence, trembled in the face of death, but the brief joy of their survival only to be crushed like miserable ants. I savored the taste of that fear and despair most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more. Clearly, I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups. Do not contact... Oh, what did it say? Shit. All my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency. And not once did you doubt me. Well, shit. I bet she's telling me all of this because she wants me to be terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place, and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied? Yes, of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kajou family. I awoke her 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate, but it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Psycho's assault and suicide, they all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me to 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the cannon soldier and Zakawa. Zakawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier, when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said, and transformed herself into Miss Zhu. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. They connected humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but, well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Yoshiki? No. Very admirable. But stupid, and then just kills me. Oh, she might. Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I've waited eagerly for this day. Over the past 10 days, I have tasted your fear through the mark, thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I'm not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. Ah. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices, I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Cool. The mark has dyed a deep crimson. Sunrise. A few minutes left until death closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to a mark bear right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Ishiki, wait for me. I'll kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you. I can hear Mary stand up, over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what is it? What does my room mean? Focus. Who does that voice belong to? Hisoka, she said. It was someone loved me. Someone who loved me. Oh shit, I don't know. Live or die. Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? Okay, we're going to go my room, MK's room, Sai's room. Let's go to her room. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Sai's room. Nice! But I don't know still, that might not be the proper choice. I could have made it to all the rooms. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. That's the blood. Is something there? But where should I look? On the floor. To the blood. Floor. Nice. This is a little bit, it just got the vibes of like a Dora the Explorer where it's like, you know, where's the red blood? There it is. Like, it's like just blood stain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry, but by this point in time, there might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discover that it's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to see it better. That whole time this was there, it's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is this the Nejibutsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity, it hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know, the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all of my memories of the Nejibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Kujou family used this to steal Mary's power. He put the Nejibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Nejibutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from stealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Nejibutsu at the uncontaminated H shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July, the summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth, it could have been carrying the pouch then instead of the master key. Then the Nejibutsu was taken away from the H shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it, so it had no choice but to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But can she sense the presence of mark bears? What's going on? Wait, is it possible that Sai's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice's owner died, they must have been there and elsewhere. There's only one other place. While Mary is in the room next door, I sprint down the entrance hall. I make a beeline to Mary's sofa and the spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time a spirit was closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I looked down at my hand. The Nejibutsu impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who's guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the Nejibutsu, the source of the doll's curse, press it to the black mark. Then the whispers stop. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase, rising into the darkness before me. A dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. The mark scorches me. Oh shit. My head goes a blank. Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Ah, Lord Yoshiki. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying to kill me. Yeah. Not good. I squeeze the Nejibutsu, and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. It's still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the Nejibutsu on the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the Nejibutsu? I don't know. Left arm? Right arm. Do right arm. Left arm. Oh. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the Nejibutsu on Mary's right arm. Yes, that was it. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Ah! Marks bloom on Mary, one after another. They're all the color of blood. It's like they're the curses of those she killed. Nice. Hell yeah. Mary shatters into dust. Did I really do it? I hesitantly look down at my right arm. Oh my god, the mark is gone. I did it. I finally did it. I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya and the mark bearers' lives. I can't claim it's all over, but there's no harm being relieved for now. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memories only slowly return to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because I'm... The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops. Almost as if it has the will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Gajal family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right. Inside this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button. This is Masamun Kujo. It's a man's voice, a voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind, in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Kujo family head. My sister, Saya, and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather, who sealed her, didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try to get information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away, and was presumed missing, so Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything, and had her keep up with the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masuman? I really cannot pronounce that, I'm so dumb. Kujo, can't pronounce that either probably, was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. An Enjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area. And then I'll place it back in the doll. After I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month, I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll is unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Nenjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims ahead, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan, and the worst of evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fists so hard my nails dig into the palms. My palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month, like the mark bearers. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim? that the voice spoke of. I can't forgive him. Had to be done. Oh my god, I don't know. I feel like that would be the good answer, and this is but like the realistic, because wouldn't it have broken eventually? But like, I don't know. We're gonna do this one. It had to be done. I read him into Shiki, but also Masu and Kujou. I understand why he felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Kujou family are forever linked to that cursed doll. End of chapter 5. 2 months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit. I contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in place of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance and Yusoka, Damon, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to H-Shrine. By now, my memory has completely returned. Things didn't quite go as originally planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision as Masu and Kujou was wrong. Goddamn, it really makes you eat that. Like, it's like, shit, alright, maybe I should have picked the other one. The other one sounds not so like, what is the word? Just like, fuck everyone. Had to be done. At times, waves of powerlessness, and despondency overwhelm me. When I think of the mark's victims, of Saya and the mark bearers, my chest hurts. I want to do something for them as the new head of the Kujou family. About the memories I've regained. I became the Kujou family head 7 years ago. I'll admit I was a bit of a recluse. I left the public appearances to Saya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight, The only photos of me are from small local newspapers. I uncovered Mary by accident in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujous. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seeking grudges of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates, mine and the Mark Bears included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving Mark Bears. Mo Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, OOP Arts. Monthly, she sometimes comes to Kujao Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock tests. Satura Mishida bought me a drink, like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Shao Nagashima is picking fights as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined his neighborhood's baseball team. Christy Aramira has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs, but the contents are so scandalous no one wants to publish it. I heard her complaints over it the other day. What the fuck? Ida Nakamatsu seems to have finally recovered after what happened to Suzu. I don't know if it's because of all the trials, how he's endured now, but he's buckled down lately and has been stopping by the city employment center. Tawako Yasoka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. She's also taking time to help take care of the families of the Mark's victims. Madoka Hiru spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she'd stop complaining to me about it. Shuji, Damon seems to be doing better now. Like a weight's been lifted off of his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee Itao has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Gross. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. All the Mark Bears who became victims, all for the sake of the terror Mary sought. Whenever I remember them, my chest aches and I can't help but think. Is it possible? Do they bear a dark grudge against me for surviving? I'm so sorry. How many times have I murmured that useless and meaningless apology? But I've become more determined each time. All I can do now is make sure that that tragedy never happens again. For that, I need to hurry my preparations for putting the Nejibutsu inside Mary. The Nejibutsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Uh-oh. Did the mansion just lose power? What's going on? What is this feeling? My arm is burning. Son of a bitch. Why is the mark? Oh, she's like right here. What? What's happening? Calm down. I need to calm down. First, I need to get a grasp on my situation. That's how I've survived this long. A horrible, familiar noise echoes in the hall. There you are. The end. Well, there you have it. Finally got to play one of these games. It's always that cover of the spirit at the telephone booth. It's like, damn, this looks so cool, but otherwise, no, that story, that was pretty cool. The ending there, I mean, that was it's a good little twist. I'm sorry to have ended with me just being sick. It's really stupid. But hopefully didn't cough too much into the mic and sound nasally. I might pick up more of these. I've learned that each one's a little different in like gameplay style. But I could leave them towards, you know, if I got nothing else to play and I see one of these on sale or something. Why not? Not sure if it's restarting over, but hey, wanna hit up the karaoke place? The new Love and Hero song is out. I'm not feeling up to it today. The story creeped me out earlier. Do you want to hear it? Oh, sure. You remember Miss Yamaguchi? She wears those big glasses. I heard she's gone missing. Yeah, I think I did start over. Well, thank you, y'all. Wait. Student librarian said she was researching something there, but then she vanished. Yeah, this is the beginning. Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, do the like and the subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.